Page 64, Unchained Melody. We're still in 4/4 time. We're still in the key of G major. There's one sharp, so all the F's are sharped. Let's just look it over. It's 2 pages long, a bunch of quarter notes and things. I think we can handle the rhythm, not too tricky. But I want to check the fingering and the notes, and also the right hand first. Your starting thumb here. Your hand is here. Remember, a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. So if you know what a quarter note gets, this gets 3 times that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Then 4th finger. Remember, I've been saying that a lot of times in piano we take advantage of the repeated notes to change hand positions, and that's what we're doing here. We had, and then here, because we need to be in this position for measure 4. And that's not here, it's here. Because we want 2nd finger on the here, because we got a B coming up. So measure 4 is 1, 2. And as you do this, then during the rest on measure 6, you come down here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. During the rest, you come up and do it again. Not wonderful? Let's go over to page 65. Measure 18. This is the last measure of the 2nd line. It's 4th finger here. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And during the rest, you come down again. Remember, F's are sharp. During these rests, you just stay there, because now it's an A and a C. Hold that out for a bit, and then they want you to do a thumb. I would suggest that you just come up and use 3rd finger, connect it. Here, and then 4, and then a 1. I took an extra measure to get where I needed to go, but I don't have to lift up and move. There's nothing wrong with lifting up and move. My problem is, it's not the end of a phrase. If you read the words, God speed your love to me, is all more or less connected except for the rest. So I want to connect the last notes there on measure 22. I want to connect that to that. It all goes together. So I don't want to be lifting up. I know the pedal I help, but I forget the pedal. Let's just concentrate. Let's do it with the hands. So I'm going to use 3rd finger, connect it. Here, and then 4, and then a 1. And I'm up to where that's what I recommend. Left hand, well, you got the chords, the G chord or the 1 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your hand in that position and lower the whole hand. And try, listen carefully and get them all down at the same time. I don't, but maybe you can, I don't know. 2nd measure, you come down here. 3rd measure, come down again. Forget the F sharp, and then during the rest you come back up. 1, 2, 3, rest, and then come down, measure 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So left hand's moving around pretty good. And on page 65, measures 15, you're here. A D, an F sharp, and a B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then come up. 5/7 chord. You got to come from here to here. Well, won't that be fun? Just practice it. Go, take your time. Take your time. Get your hand in position, and then go down. Try it again. Just keep working on that until you can get this. You want to be able to just lift up and move eventually. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like there's a little bitty rest in there. 1, 2, 3. So then measure 17 is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an F sharp, 1, 2. It's just a quarter note. 1, 2. And then reach down to the E for measure 19. 1, 2. And again, you got to reach down a little bit. It's a quarter note again. Then reach down for the C. And then here. Here. Now for the last line on page 65. I'm going to do a 3 on the E, not a 4. They want a 4. I'm going to do a 3. And then a 5-2 for the next one. See, I catch all 3 of those measures in one hand position. I don't have to move at all. That's the chord. Here. And then for the last measure, I move down. There's nothing wrong with the fingering in the book. It's fine. These are just different fingering styles, is all. It's just the fingering style I use and teach. I don't move my hand any more than I have to. So if I can prepare things in a way that helps me later, I do. And so by using the 1-3 here, I can catch the next one without moving. And then I move. Well, there's other ways of doing it, but this is fine. So put the hands together. We're starting here. 1, 2, 3. Remember to hold the half notes down, and then 1, 1, and I'm connecting everything now, except for the rest. Just connect everything. On measure 6, you're here. 1, 2, connect all that together. It's all melody. Back to doing it again. Measure 15, you're up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's that nasty move in the left hand. And to hold that D down, this is measure 18 here, and then those are down, and then hold that down, add that to it. And with a fermata, just hang on to that for what you think feels right. When I do it with a metronome, I'll just double the value of the half note, and I'll hold the half note for 4 counts, and both hands come up together. And then the last line, you're here. You work out, get the hands put together, and then go back through and work on it. And this is what takes the time, is taking out the hesitations and making sure the notes and the rhythms are correct. It's going to take most of your time in learning a piece of music, but get rid of the hesitations. Just work on those spots so the beat is a steady beat. And as far as articulation goes, it's pretty much all connected, except for the rest. You can lift up in the melody between the, if you see a comma or a period or something in the words, lift up there. I don't agree with the slurs in these Faber books at all. It's like at the beginning here. This is all connected in the melody. Now you can lift up. You can see the comma behind darling. They're connected. Then on measure 5, I connect that, because if you read the words, it just goes all along. Touch. So I would connect all that together, and so follow the words and lift up according to what the words are telling you to do for the phrases. And now be careful when the melody goes from one hand to the other. Make sure you connect it. It's like on page 65. Let's say measure 17, here, you're here. That's all melody, connect it. And I would still connect this. Connect it. The left hand, I just connect the left hand all the way through except for the rest. This for the dynamics, or the louds and soft. You have a P at the beginning, piano, which means soft. That's to the melody. Everything else has to be under the melody. So this, decide what you think soft is. Not real soft, just soft. And then you practice and find a way to make everything else less than that. This is very soft. Can you do that? 3 notes, very soft. Takes a little bit of control on that, but work at it. I assume you're doing the C major and G major scales. You should be, and you can practice these dynamics with the scales. Practice playing one hand louder than the other and take turns as to which hand is loud. And then try them at different loudness. So loud and try them soft and all in between. You practice scales anyway, so you just want to practice this other stuff. See, that's why I don't use exercise books. The scales and the arpeggios, when you're not at arpeggios yet, but with scales, you can practice all these technical things with the scales for the most part. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, that's it. So with soft, soft, very soft. See, I want to hear this all the time I'm playing that. Measure 7, that's soft. And they give you a very soft, they don't need a very soft there. You're supposed to have been very soft already, because these quarter notes of measure 7 and 8 are not melody or anything, they're background. You keep them in the background. I want to hear the D all the time you're doing that. And this should sound like one hand played the whole thing and it's really back in the background. Then we're going to get a little louder than you were at the beginning. This is just sort of soft. The left hand's still very soft. At the end of our measure around 13, 14, you're going to go up to moderately loud here. Don't get moderately loud until measure 15, and that's the D here. The left hand is still soft. So you're moderately soft here on measure 14, little louder now, here. So it's louder, louder, here. That's moderately loud, whatever that is. Pick up to measure 14, you're here. Stay there. Now the left hand gets to play out because it's melody. So you're soft, loud, or moderately loud. Moderately soft, and then you're moderately soft for the last line in the right hand. The left hand is very soft, and now you're going to slow down and go down to soft, and that last measure is both hands, the same. The song ended at measure 23. On that note, this other stuff is like a coda or just a tag on the end, an afterthought. So you end soft like where you were at the beginning, except it's both hands is soft together. At the beginning you were soft and very soft. Am I confusing? Okay, that's fine. Now don't feel too bad if you're getting confused about all this, because I confuse me sometimes. Just watch it a few times and see if you can figure it out. Speed. Well, tenderly is not a speed, it's a mood, but a lot of times in music where they're supposed to tell you how fast to go, they give you the mood of the piece instead, and then you try and figure out how fast to go from that. So I'm not going to race tenderly, and I don't want to drag it tenderly. It's just somewhere in the middle. And it's the flow of the piece, not the beat. The melody. Maybe that's too fast. We'll slow it down a little bit. Is that better? Somewhere in there. And it's the flow of it. And the beat is however fast it is. I don't worry about how fast the beat is. It's the flow of the music. Now they've added pedal. And that's fine because we like to color this because it's really, right now it's very dry. It'd be nice to connect these chords too. We can't connect them. We have to have pedal for that. So we use that. However, we don't want it to get too mushy. We don't want to get too blurry. So I'm going to adjust the pedaling just a little bit. They're keeping the pedaling simple for you. And this is overlap pedaling again. Syncopated pedaling, whatever you want to call it. The notes do their thing first, and then the pedal always is lagging behind them. So at the beginning, I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going, now, they say keep it down and change it on the next measure. I find that too blurry. I don't like it. So I'm going to suggest you lift it up on the first two measures, lift it up on the fourth beat, just here, lift it up, just lift it up for that, just for one beat, and lift it up again, and then on the third measure, don't pedal the first beat. Basically, I'm pedaling the chords. Lift it up. Now, on measure 5, we have a problem. I'd like to lift it up here, but I also want to connect this. And I need the pedal to connect it. So there, I may leave it down for that because I want to connect the left hand. Then on page 65, around measure 15 is okay. No. Change the pedal every 2 beats there on measure 17. It's that. I don't want, when I have that, I don't want all of that. So change it. And again, measure 19, change it. Change it, and then you're back to regular pedaling like they're showing. And at the end you can go ahead and smear that, because I said this is an afterthought. It's getting foggy and misty here, so just smear that. That's okay. Yeah, that's my impression of the pedaling. I mean, ultimately the judge is you and your ears, what you like to hear or don't like to hear, but you have to learn to listen very carefully to the sound you're actually getting. Not the sound you think you're getting. Really listen to what's happening and adjust the pedal accordingly. And a lot of times it's a give and take in pedaling. We want to pedal it for this, but we don't want to pedal it for that, so which do we do? It's like on measure 5 when I said that. I want to connect measures 5 and 6 together in the left hand, but I don't want to smear the right hand. I can't do both. So I chose to connect the chords. To me, that's more important right there. Somewhere else, it may be the other way around. Who knows? I'd like to play it with you very slowly to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics, and I can't slow down. As I said, the fermata, I'll hold a half note 4 counts instead of 2. So I'll give us 4 counts. So let's just check to make sure you have the right notes and rhythms. Even one hand at a time if you need to, that's fine. Now keep in mind this is after you've learned it. Learn it first. Get rid of the hesitations, because I'm not going to hesitate, so you got to keep up. 1, 2, ready, go. 1.